All these deities are children of the mind. They are slaves of the mind. And those people who worship them, Shiva, or the manifestations of Vishnu like Rama or Krishna, and other such reincarnations of one of these three deities, may indeed enjoy some small things just to satisfy the worldly situation somewhat, in a mental way, only for satisfaction but not really. For afterwards you will have to pay for everything you have enjoyed, everything you have used. The only difference is that the bill is presented only after some time and with interest. Right now, nobody will ask you for payment, and so you feel, I have gotten everything for free and very nice things. But this is a great deception. And these things are very overwhelming. Now, in this age, especially in India, you can observe that of the people who believe in God, 95% actually believe in the negative power. Everywhere you go, you will find temples of Shiva, temples of a goddess or a Rama or a Krishna or something of that kind. From the ashram, we once traveled by bus to satsang, and there was a person who was possessed by the negative power. This person spoke, "Oh, don't you know, all these people worship me. I am so great, everyone worships me, and why are you disturbing me?" he claimed. Everyone, so many people worship me, but it is a very harsh situation that they all feel they are doing something very good and that they are worshipping God. But in the end, they will find themselves much more trapped, much more in the terrible situation of the negative. For a long time, they will not be able to get out of it. But this is the happiest opportunity, that we may find ourselves connected with the God power, and these negative powers will not be able to touch you, to come near you, no, not even to cast a glance at you. And they cannot even be blessed. There was a devil. I asked him, "Why are you so worried? Why are you afraid of me? I don't want to kill you. I don't want to disturb you. I want to be friendly to you. Let's be friends." Then he said, "Yes, I would like that too, but I am totally opposite to you. I am totally opposite to you. How can I be a friend of yours? That is not possible. If one is water and the other is fire and they want to be friends with each other, it is not possible. So these beings cannot even be blessed. They can only be killed and destroyed. They cannot be changed. That is not possible. So they must be dealt with very harshly, so that they are eliminated. Just as with a dead body, you only have the option to dispose of it. There is no other process to get rid of it or to make it peaceful. Otherwise, if we keep the dead body, it will decay, have bad smells, it will be dirty, it will be terrible. So it will be better to dispose of it. These negativities cannot even be blessed. It is very harsh. But it is also very harsh to be under the control of these negative powers, which are very strong in this physical world. No one can live. If one must live under them, this life will be a great curse, here and even after. When you find some people here are possessed, that they cry out in satsang, that is nothing special. Everyone who is not on the path of life must suffer. He will suffer. And he will continue to cry out. Here they will cry out for some time, twice a day, 3 times a day, 2 or 3 hours a day. After they have left the body, they will have to scream continuously, age after age. This is the most cruel world. This is the most cruel place. You cannot imagine how cruel this situation is.
Here, Sant Thakur Singh clarifies that the deities are not only children of the mind, but its slaves. He does concede that their followers receive certain advantages related to worldly things that improve their standard of living or their mental state. However, he stresses that their services are by no means free. They have a karmic price that must be paid at some point. This can mean services rendered in return or even suffering and possession, which will be demanded or must be worked off not only in the current life, but in future lives as well. What stands out here is the sweeping, general condemnation of any practice of worshiping such powers. Even people who believe and feel they are worshiping God and doing something good and right would, through this practice, become further imprisoned and worsen their situation. He thus goes a step further than those who claim it only depends on one's inner attitude, an idea suggesting that worshiping a negative power could bring about good, as long as one only sees the good in it. Sant Thakur Singh, however, contradicts this idea. He then illustrates his statements with an example, a dialogue with a negative, devilish entity that spoke to him through a person. He states that such entities cannot be blessed, but must be destroyed. In his view, there is no way to change their minds or to pacify them. He explains that it is normal for possessed people to cry or scream repeatedly in the course of their purification through spiritual practice. Suffering on the path of life is normal. The disciple has to suffer because of such negative entities. He says that after they leave the disciple, these entities will continue to weep and scream, age after age. And he laments this situation. Words like these are sobering. Undoubtedly, in the Master's presence and in the context of spiritual practice, such entities became frighteningly apparent in some people. Nothing of the sort can be observed with his successor. This is partly because he does not accept people who suffer from such problems as disciples, and over time they have turned away from him. The successor denies the existence of such problems and explains that the entities within people are always friendly towards him. From what I have gathered, he considers these phenomena to be a health problem and believes medical treatment would be appropriate.
Why are the statements of the two masters so contradictory? How can that even be when one is the successor of the other? The successor was appointed in a highly official capacity precisely so that schisms could not occur. It is regrettable that even this appointment, which Sant Thakar Singh had carried out with the greatest emphasis, did not prevent a schism. A split was already connected with the dismissal of the disciple Munesh Singh, whom he had first introduced as an embodiment of the Divine Mother, as a portion of the disciples switched to Munesh Singh, who founded her own mission. In the meantime, another portion of the disciples has defected to a different master who was also a disciple of Sant Thakar Singh. His name is Sant Kem Singh.
It is quite a miracle that these schisms occurred despite all of Sant Thakar Singh's measures. On the other hand, it is also not surprising when one sees the contradictions. No one who seriously engages with their teachings would ever come to the conclusion that these two masters are on the same side.